Hello and welcome back to another episode, a very special episode today, where today we will be doing a wildcard guide, so all about wildcards. Today we will be looking at players to buy, sell, and avoid. We will be looking at fixtures from now until the end of the season, and we will be also activating a live card right here on this video. So very exciting stuff. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. So if you like what you see, remember to subscribe because over 60% of you are not subscribed. And the league code, so if you want to come and challenge us, is O1TOQK. You can follow us on all our social media platforms, so that will be Instagram and Twitter. But without further ado, let's jump into it. Right, so here we will have players to must-have players. We will have differentials and players to sell, and finally players to avoid. So there'll be 3 players in each box, and Jake and Noah will be discussing those players and if they agree. So, yeah.
So, what's up first?
So the first one is must-haves. So we have got Harry Kane at 11.6 million. We've got Bruno Fernandes with 11.6 million as well. And then we have got Aaron Cresswell who costs 5.9 million. So what do you think, Noah and Jake? So I've gone for those. Would you say that's about it? Obviously, I could have only included 3, so tried my best.
Yeah.
I think Kane is spot on. Fernandes, I would say he used to be a must-have. Now less so, but still pretty important, I'd say. And Cresswell, I mean, his fixtures aren't great over the next few weeks. I think he's got Chelsea coming up with a couple of decent fixtures. But I think all 3 of them have been great FPL assets over the season and should hopefully be for the rest of the last 8 fixtures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what's your opinion?
I'd mostly agree. Kane, Fernandes, 100% must-haves. Always are. Every season must-haves. Cresswell, I'm not so sure. I think with Declan Rice's injury, maybe West Ham will be letting in a few more goals, but I think he's definitely going to be a good one to own. Not sure if I'd go as far as a must-have, but yeah, good shouts there.
Yeah, right. And moving on to the differentials. So first we have got Diego Jota, the informed Diego Jota, outscoring both Salah and Mane, 6.8 million. Then we've got Trent at 7.3. And then finally we have got Kieran Tierney at 5.3. All of which have got relatively low ownership. So Jota's increasing day by day. Then we've got Trent, who's been a bit under the radar because of his poor performances. And then we've got Tierney, who has just, he impresses every game. However, with the quality around him, is he really that essential of a differential?
Well,
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Jota, definitely. I've just brought him in, so yeah.
Yeah.
I think Trent is probably still too expensive for a defender. I mean, there are other perfectly good attacking options who are getting returns for, I don't know, 2.5 mil less than what the price that he's at. But I guess we'll see over the next few weeks. And Tierney, he's got a couple of good fixtures. So yeah, it might be. And Arsenal's defence hasn't looked too shambolic. So yeah, there could be Jota definitely, but the other 2 maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
And
I'd agree. I'd say Jota, brilliant differential. Trent is quite a good differential, getting these attacking returns back into his game. Whatever. Tierney I like as well, although he's picked up a bit of an injury, hasn't he? And then I know me and Jake have thought of a couple ourselves, so I guess I'll just throw them out there. I've thought of Ryan Ait-Nouri, the left back from Wolves, because their normal left back, Johnny, has just picked up a second knee injury, which is pretty horrible for him. But he's going to be out for the end of the season, so Ait-Nouri should come in, play most of the matches. And I watched him last night; looked like he's pretty good going forward. So we all know Wolves has got brilliant fixtures, so he could be one to look out for. 0.1% ownerships, I should say. And then Nat Phillips as well, another Liverpool defender, 4 mil, very, very cheap, who looked pretty nailed to start. And Liverpool have very good fixtures, so those are my two.
Yeah, I think they're both pretty good options. But just on Ait-Nouri, I'm not sure if. I mean, I don't know, but I'm not sure if Wolves' defence is the best way to go, considering they conceded 3 goals in the opening half against West Ham. But again, West Ham are a good team and in form, and they've got 4 or 5 good fixtures, so I guess we'll see. But my two, I'm on the more attacking side of Wolves. I've gone for Pedro Neto, 5.7 mil at 7.3% ownership, so not too high. And I think he got an assist against West Ham. And like I said, they've got great fixtures, Wolves. And I've also gone for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I mean, Arsenal, like I said before, they've got pretty nice fixtures until the end of the season. They've got Sheffield United, Fulham, Everton over the next couple of weeks, and he's been looking better recently. So yeah.
yeah, right. Moving on to players to sell. So first one is Ollie Watkins. Fixtures aren't great for him. 6.6 million. Then we've got Lookman. And then we have got the legend, Emi Martinez. Big statement made right there. What do you think?
Well, me personally, I agree with those two Villa things. I think the only reason you'd keep Martinez is for his rotation with Leno, which works quite well. But if you're looking at Martinez by himself, I'd say it's a sell because Villa's defense doesn't look great and the fixtures aren't that good. Lookman, again, interesting one to sell, a player who will be in the center of a relegation scrap. So, I mean, Fulham will definitely be trying their best, to pick up the form, pick up the points late on. So I'm not sure. I probably would sell Lookman. There are better options, but not a bad pick. And then Ollie Watkins, yeah, I think if you're looking at players around the same price, Patrick Bamford, Antonio, much better value, much better fixtures. So definitely sell Watkins.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think Lookman. Yeah, I mean he's got a couple of decent fixtures over the next 2 weeks, but then he's got a blank and then Chelsea, so you wouldn't really be looking to keep him. And then yeah, same as Noah Martinez. Obviously Aston Villa don't have good fixtures. I think they've got Liverpool and City, then West Brom, but then they've got tough fixtures till the end of the season. So yeah, attacking both attackingly and defensively, you're not really looking to keep them.
Yep, right. So moving on to players to avoid. So we've got John Stones. We have then got Patrick Bamford. And then finally, we have got Trossard, who's looking quite tempting at the minute with Brighton's form and his form himself lately. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can go.
I was just going to say, yeah, totally agree on the Stones one. I think that City defence, you want to keep at least one. So Ruben Diaz is the one for that. Stones looks like it's kind of got a decent attacking threat, but so much rotation. He literally playing half the matches. So that's not good enough. You want better from a player with that kind of price, and there's much better options. And then Patrick Bamford, interesting one, telling people to avoid him. I mean, I sort of agree on the basis that if you've got him, keep him. But if you haven't got him, maybe don't go out of your way to buy him. I think that's sort of where you're coming from. So I agree there. But I think although they've got 3 bad fixtures now, Leeds' fixtures actually do get quite good before the end of the season. So interesting one there. And then Trossard, yeah, I wouldn't be tempted by Trossard.
Right, so then moving on to the fixtures. So as you can see on screen, we have got fixtures for every team from now to the end of the season. So at the top, you can see the teams with the best fixtures, and at the bottom, we can see the teams with the worst fixtures. So we have, so very helpful. Couple of games to be rescheduled as well. So you can see Crystal Palace there at the bottom, not great fixtures, whilst you've got Liverpool and Arsenal both at the top. Right, so now we will be doing a wild card. So we will be activating a wild card, very big moment. So without further ado, I will pass on to Noah.
Right, so big shout out to my mum, because this is her wildcard. So she had a good week this week, 70 points, which is very good actually. But it's wildcard time for her. Enough is enough. So let's get started. Firstly with goalkeepers, very interesting. Quite a few different rotations you could look at. I'm thinking Martinez Leno, the obvious one. I'm thinking saw a good one, which was Patricio and then Meslier. Works quite well. And I also saw not Ferland Mendy, Edouard Mendy and Fabianski. Yeah, that's right. So
Yeah,
which one should we go for?
I would go for Patricio and Meslier. I think with the Wolves fixtures, definitely looking at Patricio.
What I'd say about that.
And then you'll just get save points, really.
Just one thing. I think we can do a rotation for now, but depending on how much money you want to spend outfield, maybe it's not a necessity to have 2 first place keepers. I mean, it's nearly 10 mil that you're spending on keepers. So you could have Leno actually has pretty decent fixtures the whole way through, I think. So Leno and maybe Forster as a backup might also be a good option.
Well, interesting saying that, because I've gone here for Patricio and Forster. I'm only doing that because I'm in control of the wild card, so I get to make decisions. But because Patricio and Meslier, although they sort of rotate, it's not really rotation. It's Patricio up until game week 35, and then Meslier to the end of the season. So it's possible to do a Patricio and Forster, and then game week 36, Patricio out for Meslier. Pretty simple.
I guess. I'm just looking at Leno's fixtures, and the only fixture that you won't want to play him in is against Chelsea in 36.
Okay.
All the other fixtures could easily play him in. The only one that you might consider benching him is against Everton. But other than that, they're pretty good.
So which one should we go for, Patricio or Leno? Let's make a decision quickly.
Stick with Patricio, I guess, for now.
Right, defender time. Who should we go for? Who's essential in that back line?
I think due to the price, I'd go for Phillips.
Nat Phillips. Good.
Yeah.
Next.
I might even double up on Liverpool, to be honest.
But I'll just point out that means that we can't get both Salah and Jota.
True.
I'll probably double up midfield.
Let's go Azpilicueta, I think. Azpilicueta.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll probably go for Ruben Diaz. I reckon City's fixtures are still good enough to have a City defender.
Yeah.
Yeah, and perhaps a Wolves defender,
Mhm.
perhaps not.
We could go
No,
for my
Connor Cody.
sneaky differential 8 Nuri, or we could go Connor Cody.
Yeah, yeah, fine. Let's go with your differential.
Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be
yay!
good.
Get it.
Could stick a Leicester defender in there, maybe.
Go.
Bafana's back in. It's looking good.
Fine. So we'll leave that as a backline for now, depending on money later
Yep.
on. Let's go for our midfielders then. Get some
Jota and Salah, I'd say, just
Yeah.
get them in.
100%. Jota. Get Salah back. Fernandez straight in.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Straight in.
I mean, we could go for a few differentials in midfield.
Mhm.
We could go possibly Mateus Pereira.
What are his fixtures like? I haven't had a look at them yet. Pereira's fixtures.
He's got West Brom. Sorry, he's got Southampton,
Here they are.
then Leicester, but then Aston Villa, Wolves, and Arsenal.
I'll probably avoid a West Brom player.
Yeah, I agree. Although he's got lots of tricks in his locker, and he doesn't really get the job done from an FPL aspect. Having said that, against Chelsea, the opposite happened.
Should we go for Jake's differential Neto?
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
And then
And Jesse Lingard.
Yeah.
stick with J-Lings.
Took a clean out my mouth. Yeah.
Also, I just spotted that we've doubled up on Wolves' defence. I don't think we want to do that, do we?
No.
So perhaps we
triple
could go with
Wolves.
Leno then. Let's go
We need to go with Leno.
Leno.
We can replace 8 Nuri. Let's wait. Let's just do the rest first. We'll get Harry Kane
Yeah.
back 100%.
So Kane.
Kane.
Next.
DCL perhaps.
Interesting
Yeah,
one.
Everton have got decent.
Let's have a look.
fixtures.
So he's got good one this week. Then Tottenham and Arsenal in a row. Then Villa, West Ham, Sheffield United, Wolves, City.
I think you could probably hold DCL till the end of the season.
Okay, we'll put him in for now. But oh Jesus, we've run out of money completely.
I'm at 2.5 mil.
Right. I suggest that we get our defences are slightly too strong,
We could go
so perhaps
Rudiger instead of Aspi, I reckon.
Yep.
Yeah.
And perhaps you could.
I think 8
Perhaps.
Nuri should go.
Yeah.
If we just leave him out for now and then
yeah,
go
good.
for striker first.
What about Antonio?
Come on.
Well, I suggest going for someone like. Yeah, I'm not sure
Keenan
if you've got
Davis,
the money.
just like as a filler. And that leaves
Yeah,
us again
yeah.
with.
You could,
What about
you
Ian
could
Bishop?
You could go with Vidra, to be honest, if he's not too bad.
I like Jake's start of Iheanacho actually.
Yeah.
Iheanacho in.
Fair enough.
And then we still don't have enough money. Who needs to go?
Expensive.
What about downgrading Neto? I don't
What
think
about
Neto's in the
Souček instead of Lingard? Maybe.
I think Lingard's too
I'd-
hot to sell right now.
I'd get Neto out, to be honest.
Or who would we get in? Smith Rowe?
Yep.
No.
Yeah,
He's
I
cheap.
mean,
He's like the
Smith Rowe's-
cheapest midfielder in the game.
He's very cheap and he does play quite regularly.
I'm gonna put Smith Rowe in. And Arsenal's fixtures are good.
Okay.
And then that does leave us with an affordable defender. At 4.4 mil. 4 mil. Who does that leave us with the option? Close to be able to afford Kufal. Get. If I'm being honest, I think we could downgrade Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Downgrade Calvert-Lewin. Should we put Luke Shaw back in?
Yeah.
We'll leave him out for now. We'll do a striker. We'll get in Bamford or who else? Antonio.
Yeah, let's
think
get on Antonio.
Antonio, yeah.
Anyway, and then we've got 5.3. Lovely. means we can get Shaw.
Luke Shaw.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah.
So I guess that brings this episode to a close. This is our beautiful wildcard squad in all its glory. Of course, there's still a lot of tinkering to be done. Should we make these transfers and quickly have a look at who we play next week? Quickly.
Yeah.
Right, let's make these transfers. Let's play our wildcard. Boom, it's done. Confirm transfers and play wildcard. Right now, who do we play? We play Tricio, right? Although we could actually play Forster. Let's put
Who's he got?
West Brom.
Yeah, I might go. Yeah, you could go for
I
him.
reckon we play Jota instead of Fafana.
Yeah.
But maybe Nat Phillips higher up. I reckon that's a good team for next week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Captain
Who's the captaincy of?
Captain Salah and we'll vice Jota. And that, once again, is our wildcard team in all its glory. So thanks to my mum for the wildcard. And this has been our wildcard guide. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back for a preview podcast tomorrow, so make sure you don't miss that. Again, subscribe, follow, do that, everything. Yeah, like all that. And have a good week. Bye bye.